Griffith is the most hated man in anime, and everyone is hating him for the wrong reason. Because the moment people point to, the eclipse, the sacrifice, the blood, isn't where Griffith became a monster. That's just where we finally saw it. The real answer is hidden in a single, quiet conversation, years earlier, that almost everyone skips past. Griffith told us exactly who he was from the very beginning, and nobody listened, including Guts. Let me show you what I mean. On the surface, Griffith is the perfect leader, charismatic, brilliant, beautiful. The kind of man who walks onto a battlefield and makes people believe in impossible things. Kingdoms feared him. And Guts, a man who trusted no one, chose to follow him. That's the illusion. And here's the mistake everyone makes. People assume Griffith loved the Band of the Hawk the way a normal person loves their friends. He didn't. Griffith loved one thing, his dream. Everything else, every soldier, every victory, every person who bled for him, came second. And the chilling part? He never hit it. When Charlotte asks Griffith what friendship means, he gives the most important speech in the entire series. A true friend, he says, is someone who pursues their own dream. An equal. Someone who would never live for another person's ambition. It sounds beautiful, until you realize what he's actually admitting. By his own definition, Griffith has no friends. Not one. Because to be his equal, you'd have to have your own dream, and everyone around him exists to serve his. The Band of the Hawk weren't his family. They were the bridge to the kingdom he wanted to build. And the one person who understood this best was the one standing just outside the room. Because Guts overhears that conversation, and it shatters him. Up to this point, Guts had never lived for himself. Gambino, Fate, then Griffith. Someone always told him what to fight for. He was a sword looking for a hand to hold it, and he thought he'd found his purpose in Griffith. Now he realizes the truth. The man he'd give his life for doesn't see him as a friend. He sees him as a tool. So Guts does the bravest thing he's ever done. He leaves, not out of hatred, but to become someone worthy of standing beside Griffith as an equal, the greatest act of respect in his life. And it destroys Griffith completely. Here's the irony that makes Berserk a masterpiece. Griffith could outthink kings. He could win unwinnable wars. He could bend an entire nation to his will. But he could not survive losing one man. When Guts walks away, Griffith feels something he has never felt in his life. Powerlessness. He isn't the one choosing anymore. For the first time, he's the one being left behind. And watch what he does next, because this is the proof. A mastermind would adapt. Griffith panics. He throws away years of careful planning in a single reckless night, sleeping with Princess Charlotte. Not strategy, desperation. The dream that defines his entire identity is slipping through his fingers, and without it, Griffith doesn't know who he is. The price is catastrophic. He's caught, imprisoned, tortured for a year until his body is ruined and his voice is gone, long before the eclipse. So when the God Hand appears, they don't corrupt him. They don't force him. They simply offer a choice. His dream, or the people who love him. And Griffith chooses, knowingly, as a human being. That's what makes the eclipse one of the most horrifying scenes ever drawn. Not that a demon did it, but that a man did, with open eyes. Most villains want power. Griffith wanted meaning. Most villains want to rule. Griffith wanted a dream so badly that when it became impossible, he was willing to burn everyone who loved him to keep it alive. He's not the greatest antagonist in anime because he's evil. He's the greatest because every single step toward becoming a monster felt unbearably human. So here's the real question Berserk leaves you with. If you wanted something badly enough, are you sure you wouldn't have chosen the same?